Hi, I'm Chris from Driver Training, and in today's video, we're going to do a briefing that you would do for your ADI Part 3 or your ADI Standards Check Test. And we're going to relate it to meeting traffic. So the first thing we need is our briefing folder. Once we open it, we go to the left-hand page as always, which is our lesson outline, and we recap what we've done in the last lesson. What did we do that perhaps relates to this subject? Did we come across a meeting situation? Or do they have any experience in this subject? Now, they should have come across things like this as they've been driving with you, but it may not have been as an actual meeting situation lesson, if you like. You may have had to say stop or there's not enough room. But do they have any experience in general? They might not in the car, but they would have been through a similar thing when they've been out shopping. Perhaps they've gone to the supermarket and there's a pallet in the middle of the aisle and you have to go round it, but somebody's walking the other way. So do you go through first? Do you let the other person come through first? Is there enough room for both of you to get through? We're going to use the same principles in what we're doing in today's lesson. And that then brings us to the second point, the goal of the lesson. And that's under the driver should be able to. So by the end of today's lesson, you should be able to give adequate clearance at appropriate speed when passing stationary vehicles and obstructions. You should be able to apply the MSPSL routine to situations where there may be possible conflict with approaching traffic, and you should be able to make reasonable progress in congested streets. Now, this section of the briefing is purely dependent on whether your pupil has an experience or not. If they haven't, you would talk them through this. So basically, Chris, meeting traffic is when we've got parked vehicles or obstructions on the side of the road and we've got a car coming the other way. General rule, if there's less space, then we do less speed. And we need to figure out who's going through, who's stopping, are there any gaps? That's basically what meeting traffic entails. Now, the minimum gap that we'd want to leave is at least a car door's width. Sometimes you can't, so again, that rule of less space, less speed. But ideally, we just want to be aware that at any point a door could open, so we want to be allowing as much room as possible to deal with it. So that now brings us on to meeting situations. Here we've got 4 different pictures. So A is a car travelling at 30. Picture B, the car is travelling at 20. In C, it's travelling at 10. And in picture D, it's almost stopped. Any idea why the difference in speed in all 4? And then you wait for the pupil's response. Well, did you notice, Chris, that in the first picture, it's a fairly wide road. The car isn't crossing the centre line, so he can carry on round at 30 miles an hour. However, in the second picture, the learner is starting to cross the centre line. He's having to go past 2 cars instead of 1, and now there's less space. So as we said earlier, less space equals less speed. When we get to the third picture, well, now both cars have reached the parked vehicle at the same time. So as you can see, the learner has decided to slow down. This will allow the blue car to go past the parked vehicle, and then while still rolling slowly, the learner can go into the gap and around the parked vehicle. Whereas in picture D, they've both reached the car at the same point. In fact, the blue car is slightly ahead of the learner, so the learner has had to stop. And then this point, he's using what is called the hold back position. And that's where the car stays by the center white line but doesn't cross it. And that's then what we can see in our final picture. In the picture on the right, the learner has pulled up behind the parked vehicle. Because he's still in the normal driving position, if you look at the bottom right picture, that's his view. The shaded blue area is the blind spot in effect. He can't see anything that's coming in the other direction. However, the picture on the left is the learner using that hold back position. Because they've done that, they can see around the van. So if you look at the bottom left-hand picture, they can see when it's clear of traffic, or they can see if there's still traffic coming towards them. So this is the benefit of using the hold back position. And as we go around today, I'm going to help you to determine when we should use this particular routine. So we hope this quick run through of how to give a briefing on meeting situations has helped. If you've liked what you've saw with regards to the pictures, that's in our briefing folder for ADI Part 3 and ADI Standards Check Test. The links are below in the description, or have a look at our website and all the W's, aditrainer.org. Well, my name's Chris. Thanks for being with us. Remember to teach safe, teach well, and we'll see you all again in our next video.